Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend. Not the band, of course, it's actually the Weekend War event. So if you're a Weekend Warrior, then I hope to see you a couple hours after this video debuts. But otherwise, we're going to show some antics off that you might end up seeing, as Butcher's Corner, a new map by Btyb and the Shambler, is out. It's a 6-player map, a team FFA map, where the spawns are actually going to be randomized across a couple of options, and I would love to see this kind of thing used in the future with even more non-standard situations. So let's see what happens as we get into things. I will note that our first replay, apparently there was some weirdness with the AI that is the Shambler's ally, so enjoy that as we get into things. Let's see what happens. All right, with that strange center view, we will introduce our players slowly over time. We have, of course, an interesting position here. So it looks like they were testing the positions a little bit, and as you can see, for our Zerg players, their units were created on the location, right? So yeah, they see Brown, who apparently is actually our AI player in here. So very funny. Apparently, Shambler also saw Btyb. And the AI can't turn off shared vision like a player can, so they just had vision of the AI the whole time. But anyway, introducing our players, we've got Kenoli in the top left as our brown Zerg player. We've got SmrtyCakes as our yellow Protoss player. And then, for some strange reason, we have a yellow Zerg player down here. That is Steven. Shout out to Steven from Aussie. Relatively new homie. And Btyb as our blue Protoss. Our purple Terran is the Shambler, allied with our red Zerg, who seems to be doing something strange. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. What is this? Player? Okay, well, he's playing. He's playing the game. Anyway, we have the Shambler going for a double stockade opener. We have this guy expanding very fast. There is an imposted among us, me. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I don't play Fortnite, so I wouldn't get that reference. And we obviously have some Larvosks coming out from our Zerg players. So 2v2 v2, and the Shambler described his ally as a drunk traitor toaster. I can see the drunk part, and I guess the traitor part is that he gives vision. With that being said, Shambler has apparently already scouted the top right. Bold, cross scout. Didn't bother scouting the bottom right. Or maybe he already did and I missed it. Did he? No. There's no active vision over that area. And it looks like with a Grand Library follow-up to the Gateway, Btyb will be scaling up in tech. So that's very cool. I like the custom tiles that we're seeing throughout the map. Always very nice. I don't know what the fuck happened here. I'm going to blame Shambler instead of Btyb, just as variety. Oh my goodness. Also that. There is a larva moving around the map for some reason. How did it get there? I would like to know. It looks like Shambler may be unallied to this player and is just... This doesn't look like its AI was configured correctly in the triggers. So I'm going to go ahead and blame the map for that because he's spending all his money on expansions, which is exactly what the AI does when it's set to the wrong race internally or something like that. So who knows what the hell happened over there? Maybe like the wrong script was run for it or something. All right. Either way, Shambler will be soloing this one, it looks like. And he wants to make sure that he kills the hatch so that nobody can see what he's doing as he goes up to his third stockade. He will presumably have vision of his ally that he's choosing to execute summarily. Yeah, for Crimes Against the Republic XD, as he executes... he's typing. You know, Shambler does type. Meanwhile, we have SmrtyCakes taking advantage of the chaos by expanding, probably voice calming with Kenoli, just like, hey, man, what's up, bro? And Kenoli's like, I'm making Lakers. So that's what's happening there. Steven is indeed going to be moving through here. It looks like there was a stim from SmrtyCakes' Dracodon. Stim provoked by SmrtyCakes' Dracodon. It looks like there should be a ramp there, but there isn't. In fact, there definitely shouldn't be a ramp there. Hey, that logo might be on a t-shirt soon. Check it out. Crucible's in the middle of the map. The Mavericks are going to stim forward and try to catch this Dracodon. They'll have to expend another stim if they want to do it. Nice little neutral treasury as well. And now with the Lakers and the other units, we're going to see some yellow on yellow action. I hope this is what you guys, paid the money for, right? Look at that. Btyb just charging forward. He fears no man. Steven's quads are coming in. to attempt an assist. The one Amaranth staying alive for ages, but the Ecclesiasts are out here to stop the Quas from being too efficient in this position. They're trying to dive bomb the Draken, and they might get it. Not quite. And it looks like, indeed, there will be an expansion. But it was spotted. It was share visioned by that traitor AI, who is just kind of chilling. He doesn't have enough money for a worker because his ally brutally butchered him. I'm sure this one will be silly, so strap in, boys. A Stargate coming out from SmrtyCakes. Very cool, very epic. So besides some very obvious trigger bugs that should be gone from the later versions, because I don't believe I was told of any, although I might still notice some, we are definitely going to see some interesting things. Oh my god, the tiles. You're going to have to shift that over to the left, my man. We're going to see some interesting things, some interesting antics, and definitely going to see some goofiness. But yeah, as you can see, like, this was a potential spawn, and our players all started in the middle of the map. I don't actually know if AI will ever work on here because their start location is usually where their town is run to. So they're probably always going to try to like do something dumb on this map as a result of that. I think there's a command to try to bypass that. I don't know if our players are rather, our mappers are using that. So it's a triple lake is dropped from Kenoli. Looks like he's going to earmark it for the Btyb area and try to butcher all of his workers. Btyb only now thinking about taking a Nexus at his natural. And tier 2 coming online from Steven. He's just been drolling up all over the place. He has the highest worker count of the bunch. I think Shambler thought this was Massacre, so that's what he's playing. He's just doing nothing but Mavericks and a Shaman. Second Watchdog behind his mineral line. He's using the expansion to return gas to for now, which is kind of neat. And it looks like the Btyb attack force here is just going to bypass the Lakes and see what they can do to pick off some of these static defense. But a bunch of Zorius just hatched. So good luck with that, my friend, as the Gladius stacks things up. The Ovaloths are indeed going to move forward there. Looks like that is going to encourage Btyb to leave the premises. Bye. More like Biddy bye, am I right? Steven going to go ahead and take 6 o'clock, okay. Quaz versus Zorius. I know who wins that fight. Eidolon's coming out here for the Shambler. He does not believe in the Savant just yet. He refuses. He will not involve himself. Oh, Shambler, your ministry's out of position. Suddenly, it's worth it to put a third worker on gas. Isn't that epic? Using the treasury over here with 6 workers. Not bad, not bad. But here come the Lakes. Actually, the treasury miners will alert the bottom right team, Btyb and Steven. Oh my god, they forgot to fix these tiles. That there are some Lakes coming. What are we going to see? Where's the reaction? There it is. Well, he only ends up losing. Oh man, those spines actually killed a bunch of workers. He's going to clean this up pretty easily. Couple static defenses becoming operational there. This base should indeed be heckled. We'll see if Kenoli bothers to do it. SmrtyCakes brutally massacres one of Shambler's many units. Oh my god, they didn't seal this up with a spider mine or anything to stop people from doing that. So Shambler has a pretty big standing army. He is going to go for a treasury. Just seeing what's going on over here. I don't know quite why he's doing that. I wonder if he doesn't have shared vision of his ally, but everybody else does. That would be pretty amusing. I have done stuff like that in campaigns before, where you're allied to somebody, but you don't have vision of them, so you don't actually know where they are. Sort of like a neutral thing, where you're not, it's like a ceasefire, right? It's kind of neat for a campaign context. Now, the ground force is leaving, and the scribes are going to have to pull away. Good. I don't know how is Kenoli doing that, where as soon as he unloads them, he issues the burrow order. I wonder if he's like, he must be like shift queuing the burrow order and then picking the unit up so that when he unloads, they instantly burrow, which is pretty crafty as an idea. Absolutely brutal. Either that or he's actually really good at microing them. Yeah, you could tell he was moving them off to the side and then picking them up, right? So that's pretty nuts. Nobody ever thought of that particular move. I guess you could probably do that to, you could do the same thing with siege mode with that. Oh my god! Btyb has 13 workers. Here come the mutas, though. Tier 2 is achieved by Mr. Steven. We are going to have to see these Ovaloths run away from all the mutas. Well, at least we got to see a lot of workers die. That was cool. There you go. Kaput. Lakizalisk's kill. You know, at this point, Btyb has absorbed some damage, but Steven is macroing like a man. Okay? He may have lost his 6 workers over here, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mining bases for the guy. Just absolute machine. Btyb just with the micro task force. Reduced to not a whole lot. He's going to go ahead and drop an engram as he attempts to replenish his worker account. He'll be kind of out of commission for a little bit. Now, 20 mutas versus what is had over here doesn't feel like a winning proposition. It looks like, actually, some of the quads are going to run in and cause some distraction. Great moves from Steven. I believe he was like a GM SE2 player, so to see him find some immediate success is pretty heartwarming. We got an engram halfway through. You're going to just camp on top of the production, it looks like. Got to watch out for that engram finishing up. Do we have anything else coming in from SmrtyCakes? He's just going to go ahead and use his Gladius. That engram will end up finishing after all. It is a crucibled engram as well, so if the mutas fly over there, that could be a big problem. Btyb's force intercepting what's moving across the map, and so that will be cut in half in terms of its durability there, and its offensive power, shall we say. Oh my god. He's saturating yet another base, even pre-capping the gas as well. Steven has a lot of macro to his name, that's for sure. Looks like this base is going to be gotten by the Lakers, so those workers are unlikely to get out alive. There you go. You can see them getting absolutely shellacked. But Btyb is trying to do his best to help. If the mutas can kill the Zorius, you can maybe have Btyb's Protoss stand on top of the Lakers because they'll actually be alive. By the way, this whole time, right, Shambler's done nothing. He's been macroing. He's not fought. He's not been attacked, you know. Not really a whole lot going on for him. So here come the Heralds and the Amaranths to try to stand on top of them. They don't realize that they're being attacked from the bottom right for some reason. I don't know how. But there you go. Finally taken care of. Kenoli making it, still making it messy. But, you know, you see how many dead units ended up, dead scribes ended up being cleaned up there. And so it was definitely a difficult position. Now here comes the big bio ball to answer this threat. A couple of watchdogs are on point over here. And the bio is going to go ahead and get some good stimming going on here. Yeah, he's actually chaining the stims quite nicely. The Eidolons need to be focusing down the Gladius, as it feels like, but they're starting to be decloaked and revealed. No detection over here, so once those Zealots fall, it's going to be a lot harder. Yeah, okay, the hatch goes down at the very least. That's going to make Shambler have to invest into some infrastructure to saturate that base again. He's been mostly sticking it out on, well, he's got a lot of idle workers over here, but let's see, a bunch of Gorgs, a bunch of mutas still flocking up together. It looks to me like Btyb and Steven are going to take this game. That's my prediction, because what I'm seeing here is Shambler committing to attacking Smarty. His forces might end up wiping everything that Kenoli and Smarty have together. Either way, they'll both be very fragile after the game. I love the splits versus the skits. Oh yeah, he's pre-stimmed and everything. Those skits are going down. And the Gladiuses are not going to be that much better either. So Shambler just macros it up and does his thing, right? SmrtyCakes is out. He leaves. He leaves his ally just kind of swimming in it. They had a lot of, well, Steven's got a lot of money. Kenoli has a ton of money. And I will remind you guys, we don't have the whole thing going on where when you're rocking and rolling here with one of the players, like, oh, your player leaves, now you have all of the moolah that they had. You don't get their money. Their money just disappears. So we don't have that feature from StarCraft 2. We do have a unique feature where it becomes a silent movie after somebody leaves. I wonder if that's because I had selected a SmrtyCakes unit when the leave occurred. I might try and find a game where something like that happens again so I can test that. Either way, the Gorgs are going to go ahead and have their way with this situation. All of the bio back at home getting melted. Cha-chunk, cha-chunk. That's the sound effect that they make. Protathalors are being made. Tier 3 being made by Steven as well. 25 pairs of Sikralisks are going to help mulch through the Terran army that is now moving to the bottom right. I don't actually know. It looks like there was a nuke at some point. I don't know if that was an add-on or what. It looks like that was painted as the defensive nuke. I don't know that it really did that much, though. I love the idea of getting those nukes off, but in fact, where was the... no, I guess that was actually a silo that got burned down or something, because I don't see another silo lying around somewhere. Yep, there it was. And now the army has to come on home. That gives plenty of time for Steven to remax. And Kenoli is still hanging in there, still doing things. Wait. Oh! We can only hear things in Kenoli's vision after SmrtyCakes left. That's so bizarre. I never would have guessed. I mean, we did fix that bug where the brood spawn was playing in the wrong channel. But hey, that gives us a lead on fixing that bug, so that's nice. I don't know why we have Kenoli's sound restrictions after somebody leaves. Maybe I can get DF to help me out with that one, because he helped me identify some weirdness with it initially. You know what? We do those live troubleshooting things. That is something that we do here in the No Frauds Club when we're working with Blizzard code. Trying to modernize it, trying to make it epic. Now, this is a large amount of Sikralisks, of Zeths, etc., etc. They are going to dive forward and see what they can make happen. I don't know. It's looking like it's going to be a bit of a just a mow down here, but I'm still liking Steven's position pretty massively. He has the splash damage from the Sikralisks. They are going to be able to muscle through this position, and Shambler hasn't even looked at the front to see it collapse, so he has no idea. Meanwhile, Kenoli rips off the earplugs and starts charging forward into the enemy force. And yeah, I mean, this is looking kind of deadly, but with the Sikralisks here to absorb all that damage, it feels to me like Kenoli 2 will end up falling. The Gladiuses are out from Btyb to help out as well. In those sustained fights, it's not going to go Kenoli's way. All of the tier 2 units out there. Sure, you end up picking one of the bases. You kill this hatch and you kill a bunch of workers at the other one. But meanwhile, over in Silentville, Steven has completely annihilated Shambler's position, who is now attempting to evacuate if he can. Has a ton of watchdogs kind of floating over here. And, of course, Kenoli is going to go ahead and get his forces cleaned up. He might pick this hatch. That might end up happening. Back over here, Kenoli is just enjoying the fruits of his labor. He still has not bothered to go for tier 2. He has had the money for a little bit now. But he has nothing coming when it comes to production. He's just got a couple of Zorius and Gorgs lying around here. And yeah, he's got all these Gorgs as well at the very least. But, you know, this Sikralisk count can still do a lot of damage. Does he dare? Does he dare take the fight? The splash damage can stack up so fast, and there they go, the Gorgs being shot out of the sky. Steven continuing to silently kill Shambler in the corner. Shot back down to the Stone Age. I mean, he didn't even ever have tier 2, admittedly, so there is that. A little known fact, by the way, is that you can mine from neutral, like, defeated players. If they have a town center somewhere, like over here, Kenoli could have just sent a bunch of workers there and harvested from there. A little bit of an FFA tip for you. Neutral does count as an ally to everybody. Looks like this force will narrowly be routed. Btyb just moving around. He looks like he will be having some vengeance against the Shambler, who has been caught in a corner. He's going to have to evacuate there. The Watchdogs could definitely land and do something, but that doesn't look like it's liable to happen. And now, it looks like, yeah, Btyb's just having a gay old time of it. He's got some artisans mining. What's he got going on over here? Gateway Grand Library. We're seeing more and more hatches be put down. Steven can hardly afford to spend all of his bank, you know? He never ended up resaturating most of his forces. That's going to be it for Shambleman, it looks like. He's out. He's got this force still harvesting over here. It hasn't been cleared, it looks like. The computer has been nearly defeated. This one Protathlor will slowly eat its lunch. Btyb going to clear all those Masons. Yeah, it's looking pretty rough for our homeboy. And Kenoli also goes ahead and concedes as more units come stomping into his ground. So now we really are completely without any audio. It's a total silent movie. I can't believe that this is our fate. So it's just a little bit before Shambler GG's, and that's it for this game. But indeed, some silly antics. I hope there was never a GG for Shambler. I forgot about that. I hope you enjoyed the silliness. We got a lead on fixing that silly replay bug with audio as well. I love when we get leads to long-standing issues. GG boys, we'll be back for more Cosmonarchy, and of course, join our weekend event where we play silly games like that and much sillier, especially with the new and improved Uprising code. So we'll be casting a couple more matches that were played on this, probably all in one video. I hope that you are psyched about that. I think they get a bit more small scale. I think it's like 2v2s instead of the team FFAs. But we'll see when we come to it. GG, boys.